34, 16, 112,
Hike.
70.
Well, there's another thing, and I'll just... when Bob Newhart, this is another in my litany of stolen ideas.
Well, you never learned, did you?
No, I didn't. Kept plugging away. Well, eventually I got sick of it, and I stopped doing it. And, well, you know, now on the internet, someone once said in one of these books we read, copyright is dead. You know, it's like everything is just out there. People are posting videos, things they don't have the rights to. I've done it too. I don't even believe in it. And like, oh, copyright shouldn't be... but I catch myself posting pictures that I don't have any ownership of. And I think people just are getting into the habit of doing it. I don't think it's a good thing. In fact, maybe I should start trying to do, you know, all original artwork for our podcast. But the thing about Bob Newhart was when he had three major shows that were like sitcoms. He had the Bob Newhart Show, Newhart, and then the show they just called Bob. Well, his Newhart Show, where he was the inn owner with Mary Fran, I think was the actress's name. They were supposed to be in Connecticut. And an old college friend of mine, Jeff Doucette, had a featured role in that. He would play the part of Wally, this dumb guy. And so I had it in my head when they were announcing that Bob Newhart was going to be doing a new sitcom after Newhart, the one that eventually became the show called Bob. I said, I'm jumping in with both feet again. I'm going to write a pilot script. I wrote a pilot script and I registered it with the Writers Guild of America in the New York office. It was called Wild in the Woods, where Bob Newhart, this is written just for him, he played a forest ranger in a national park. And in it, there were several elements that I will cite. There was an old woman who was like a tough old bird who did nature tours. Her name was Mrs. Bloom. And she was just like a tough-talking, matronly type. And in that pilot script, he talks about how he drew a little cartoon of a porcupine, and then someone, this female character, crumples it up and does bad things to his porcupine. And there's some joke about it. He says, see, I'm a cartoonist. And then he looks at this drawing and is like, ooh, you know, reacts to his cartoon being horrible things being done to it. And so it had a bunch of elements like that. Several other things in it also that I could cite. I mailed this to several. I mailed it to my friend Jeff. Hey, Jeff, I'm Facebook friends with you. I don't know if you never asked you if you ever got that script or not. But I had written a part for Jeff in there. And so I thought, well, this would be good motivation. Jeff, maybe, I don't know if it's ridiculous for him to pitch this to Bob Newhart or not, but why not take the chance? I wrote a part for it in there, featured part. Said, Jeff, you feel like taking this to Bob Newhart or not? I don't even know if he ever got it. I sent one to, I think I looked up the head writer's name from the Newhart show, thinking maybe he'll have something to do with the new show. And I got his address through the Writers Guild of America and sent it to him. I sent it to Bob Newhart's offices. I sent like about 4 or 5 copies of the script just to see if I could get to Bob Newhart somehow. Okay, never hear anything back. Though this time I sent it with releases. I learned that you have to send a release if you want anyone to not freak out and not read your stuff, which I already knew was ridiculous because my stuff had already been stolen. Well, his new show, Bob, premieres. First thing, the character, the whole premise of the show, Bob Newhart is a cartoonist. And that was an element in my pilot script, even though he was a forest ranger, he calls himself, I can be a cartoonist. He drew a little picture of a porcupine. Again, gray area, but I knew where that idea came. Somebody took that idea and said, oh, let's make him a cartoonist. There was a tough old woman named Iris is a character. And then whatever, there was some other thing in there I mentioned. But it's just like, that was like the last major time this happened to me. And now, what time is it now, Dave?
Oh, now we've probably gone over.
Okay, well, in that case, that's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Bye.
Bye.